The Void Lord's Path to Planar Conquest Chapter 1, Lord of the Wild. Void, the taboo of all planes. Since its birth, the pace of growth has not stopped. In the descriptions of other planes, the Void is the gathering place of lunatics and destroyers. The structure of the Void is like a big tree, and all the planes swallowed by it will eventually be absorbed into the tree and become a part of the Void. The grading of the planes from low to high is secondary plane, low plane, medium plane, high plane and ultimate plane. The levels of the Void Lords are based on the level of the plane, and they are sub-lords, star-level lords, moon-level lords, and high-level lords. Of course, there is also the Void Master, which has only existed in legends. However, among the Void Lords that exist today, the Void Lord does not exist, and no lord has the ultimate plane. It's just rumors that a Void Lord appeared a long time ago, but then suddenly disappeared for no reason, and has never appeared again. The Void certainly belongs to the highest ultimate plane, and traces of the Void can be found in all known planes. The most obvious proof is that when you look up at the starry sky at night, the boundless darkness is the projection of the Void. Under the pile of black leaves, a pair of dark eyes appeared. It is said to be pitch black because the eyes, including the eyeballs, are all black. There was a mass of weeds where the eyes were looking, and there was a piece of **** flesh on the grass, apparently hunting with traps. After a while, a green-eyed deer slowly approached the cage. Judging from the sharp teeth in its mouth and the salivation of the meat, it was definitely a carnivore. Although this deer is very alert, its IQ is indeed not high. As long as a slightly intelligent creature sees the placement of this meat, it will know that there is a problem. Finally, in those eyes of anticipation, although I don't know how to see the look of anticipation in the dark eyes, the deer finally couldn't bear the temptation of meat and ran into the trap. Suddenly, the green-eyed deer found in horror that the ground suddenly sank. Only with a plop, the green-eyed deer let out a wailing sound, and fell down, and then there was no sound. The owner of this pair of black eyes quickly lifted the disguise and rushed over. I saw this man who looked 17 or 18 years old, with dark skin and a pair of black horns on the top of his head. Looking at the green-eyed deer that had already died on the wooden thorn in the trap, he laughed loudly. "Ah ha ha, you *** green-eyed deer, I've finally killed you. As long as you kill a few, you can gather enough resources to recruit dark wolves, and I'm one step closer to becoming the master of the Void. Ha 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 ha. P.S. The troop lair is the most important reliance for the Void Lord to attack other planes. Lords sacrifice various resources to these troop lairs, from which creatures can be recruited as soldiers every 7 days. Moreover, these creatures are in an adult state as soon as they are born, and they can go to the battlefield directly. These troop nests are divided into 9 levels. These creatures are called arms, and the levels are also divided into 9 levels. Generally, the troops produced by the nests of several levels of arms are also several levels. However, it is not constant. The nest can absorb some resources and make some mutations in the troops. As for what it will be like, it depends on luck. Good mutant troops may be stronger or even promoted, and bad mutants may degenerate the troops or even destroy the nest of the troops. The most famous mutation is the mutation of dragon blood. Dragons are inherently promiscuous and can mate with most creatures and produce offspring. Therefore, the compatibility of dragon blood is very high, and the absorption of dragon blood in the troop nest can easily make the troop in the lair mutate into dragon blood. And then become more powerful. It can be said that these troop nests are the perfect killing weapons, which will not betray and tireless. It's just that these creatures do not have the ability to reproduce, and their intelligence is not high, and they only have the instinct to kill. This young person is called Satra, and he is a Void Lord. As for what race he belongs to, he doesn't know. The main reason is that the Void race is very messy. The Void plane constantly devours new planes, coupled with the chaotic reproduction between various races. There are all kinds of strange appearances, and new races are born and destroyed almost every moment. Does the Void Lord sound very powerful, but in fact he is only the lowest secondary Void Lord. However, in the Void plane, who can be called a Lord must have at least one plane. The plane that Satra owns is the secondary plane, Wild plane. Of course, this plane comes from his dead father. His father, Demon, was originally the master of the Wild plane, and was later seriously injured in a plane invasion. He was dying when he came back, and died not long after. But do you think that Satra really just inherited the plane just like that? Then you are thinking too much. In the Void, family, friendship, love, etc. are just illusory existences, and the strong food is the true meaning here. When Demon was about to die, he seized Satra's body. That's right, he planned to seize the body of his own son, and wanted to be reborn. This is why many Void races are willing to mate and have children. The main reason is that the children born have their own blood. Not only can he be a subordinate, but also leave a way for his own rebirth. After all, the success rate of bloodline seizures for future generations is higher and safer. But what Demon didn't expect was that his wishful thinking was obviously wrong, when he rushed into Satra's soul with excitement and planned to devour Satra's soul. A black light flickered in Satra's soul, and Damon's soul died directly. A generation of Void Lords died like this, leaving a subplane as a legacy to Satra. Fortunately, Demon closed the plane channel and sealed the plane when he returned to the Wild plane. He feared that other lords would attack the wilderness while he was wounded. It also happened to save Satra, otherwise even if he refines the heart of the plane, he will be immediately divided up by other brutal lords. As for the black light in Satra's soul, it came from a small black square. It has been in Satra's soul since he was born, and he doesn't know why this is in his soul. It is only known that its name is the plane cube, and Satra can sacrifice the souls of other creatures to it and get rewards from it. As for the quality of getting something, it is determined by the quantity and quality of the sacrificed souls. And after every sacrifice, 3 things will come out for him to choose. And what will come out is uncontrollable. After many attempts, Satra discovered that the items that you came up with were often not what you wanted most, but what you needed very much. As if to stimulate him to find more souls. At the beginning, Satra's father wanted to take him away, but Satra sacrificed him instead, and then obtained the second level arm, Dark Wolf, lair. The recruiting conditions for the Dark Wolf are relatively simple, and only need flesh and blood. The Dark Wolf lair can spawn 6 Dark Wolves each week, but each Dark Wolf requires the blood sacrifice of 4 first-level creatures to recruit. However, the problem is that the creatures on the wilderness plane are not rich, and most of them are very brutal. Reading www.ukanshu.com. This is the 3rd day after Demon's death, and Satra spent 2 days refining the heart of the plane. And start hunting, ready to recruit Dark Wolf. Satra first used the Rubik's Cube to absorb the soul of the green-eyed deer, but he did not rush to sacrifice. Namely, the soul of a first-level creature can't produce anything good at all. He plans to save it first, and save more souls to sacrifice together in the future. Then he set a trap and put the green-eyed deer into the Lord's space. This is one of the abilities that the Void Plane gives to the Void Lord. As long as you become a Void Lord, you will form a Lord symbol on your hand. This sign is the proof of the Lord, and at the same time contains a space that will expand as the Lord's level increases. Satra's Lord mark is a pentagram with a double-horned human head inlaid in the center. This is Satra's Lord badge, which he came up with himself, and it will be a symbol of his identity in the future. Although the Lord mark cannot store living creatures, even for a sub-lord, the space has a size of 100 square meters. The hunting was still going on slowly, and after the morning passed, Satra killed 4 green-eyed deer in this way. The most important thing is that Satra's strength is insufficient, although he has refined the heart of the plane. But his own strength is only 1 level, and he doesn't dare to go hunting directly. However, the heart of the plane will continue to feed back its strength to Satra. A secondary plane can push his strength to level 4 within a month without any training. This is also one of the reasons why the Void Lord likes to invade. Every time a plane heart is refined, you can increase your strength. Of course, the stronger the strength, the less the power increase that the lower level planes can bring. Therefore, low-level Void Lords like Satra can survive, otherwise they would have been swallowed up by high-level lords. More fantasy novel.